So now we're going to take a second and talk about the Geigerrig inline filter right here. The Geigerrig inline filter is actually an Aquamira Frontier Pro filter, just rebranded, redesigned for our system. Because the Geigerrig hydration system is pressurized, we're able to utilize that pressure to force water through the filter. This filter was typically developed as a gravity filter, where you would set it up in a big 5-gallon or more bag, dromedary bag, hook in the filter, and then that gravity would just force the water through over time, and it would drip into another bottle or another bag, and you'd have your clean water. With our system, we can do it a lot quicker because of that pressure, force that water straight through. The size of this is about 5 inches long, so pretty small, has about a 1-inch diameter, and it weighs 1.5 ounces, so it's extremely lightweight. The Geigerrig inline filter has a capacity of 50 gallons. So as the Geigerrig inline filter is filtering your water, depending upon the turbidity, if it's really dirty water, it's going to clog it up faster. So over time, you don't have to worry about keeping track of the inline filter and how many gallons you've run through it. As long as water is coming through, it's going to be safe to drink. Just over time, the sediments and the bacteria that is clogging inside the filter media will cause it to become basically just backed up and clogged inside, and that water will slow down. It won't be as easily accessible. So you know when that water is just kind of dripping out and you have a little bit of air coming through as well, it's about time to discard it, recycle it, and get a new one. So the properties of the filter, the Geigerrig inline filter is an activated coconut shell carbon filter. What that does, that's rated by the EPA to remove 99.9% of Giardia, cryptosporidium, and other bacteria and funguses and mildews out of your water. It improves the taste of water, it reduces offensive odors, and reduces waterborne chemicals. On the inside of the filter, we have treated it with a MiraGuard antimicrobial treatment. And what that is when you have water inside of here, that MiraGuard treatment, even if you store this with water in it, will suppress the growth of bacteria. So when you're done with this, what we like to tell people to do is you're going to want to shake that water out, run some air through it if you need to dry it. I like to store mine standing up on a paper towel just so the water will drip out. And you're good to pull that out and use it the next time you head out on the trail. It is recommended that you do discard your inline filter after 90 days of continual use. So we like to say pull it out at the first of summer, or by the end of summer it's probably time to replace it. So a lot of people ask, what is the pore size or the micron rating for a Geigerrig inline filter? We don't have a dedicated pore size rating because pore sizes are arbitrary and can often be misleading. We like to explain the quality of our filter by what it actually removes, and the EPA has rated it to remove 99.99% of bacteria, including Giardia, cryptosporidium, fungus, mildew, all that nasty stuff. We don't want to rate it on what we think the size of a hole might be inside the filter. We like to rate it on what it will actually do. Every batch of filters that is produced at the warehouse will go through a quality assurance testing to assure that you're not going to get a filter that will let harmful bacteria into your system that it's supposed to keep out. So with the EPA rating, it is rated to remove 99.9% of bacteria, including that Giardia and cryptosporidium, but it is not rated to remove viruses. So typically in the United States, you're okay without the virus filtration. It's when you go out of the country where there's poor sewage treatment that you need to worry about the filtration, like India or China, maybe Africa. We do have a new filter coming out here pretty soon that will filter out viruses. But in the meantime, this will remove 99.9% of bacteria, including the Giardia and cryptosporidium, which are the big killers here around the States. So if viruses are a concern wherever you go, maybe you're going out of the country or you're going to an area where there's not quality sewage treatment, and you're worried about viruses, what you can do is you can drop an iodine or maybe a chlorine dioxide tablet inside of your hydration engine, similar to these Aquamira tablets that we like to use. You can throw that into your hydration system, and that will kill the viruses and all the additional material that the filter is not rated to remove. And when it comes to the filter will remove any offensive odors and tastes that are sometimes left behind by iodine or purification tablets. So as an example of how common Giardia is, if you were to drink out of a river for 3 days, there's a 50% chance that you will get Giardia. If there are cows grazing upstream, there's a 70% chance. And if there are sheep grazing upstream, there's nearly a 100% chance that you'll get Giardia. And just ask anybody you know who's had Giardia. It's not worth it. Take your filter.